Running Sentences presents a short story, Debated War. Two negotiators try to come to an agreement about actions that a country can and cannot take at this moment that might lead to a war. This story is written and narrated by Michael Henry. It is a work of fiction, so any names, characters, businesses, events, and situations within this story are products of the author's imagination. Any resemblance to real people, situations, characters, businesses, events, and/or fictional businesses, characters, events, and so on is purely coincidental. Copyright 2024, Michael Henry, all rights reserved. Two men, Alexandra and Russell, sit across from one another in a nice conference room, their country flags behind them as they sit there trying to get the better of one another in a staring contest. They are both dressed in sharp, nice suits of diplomats, without being too flashy looking. I want to start a war. You want to do what? No, you can't, Mr. Russell added on. Yes, I can. I just declared it after all. Russell looks to his associate Alexandra, rather confused by this sudden declaration. Had that man's country gone mad? You can't. You're already in a war. I don't care about that. My leader has declared that a new war must be started and soon. So, I'm here to tell you that this will be happening within the next few days to years, whatever it takes to get ready. Russell grips himself at the edge of the conference room table to keep himself steady and to think for a second. You cannot get into another war. It will insult your current opponent if you turn your attention away from them, Russell said in a search for words and hope. What do we care about that? You care because if you're trying to subjugate an entire group of people to come to your way of thinking about things, they'll look at this wrongly. If you turn your attention away to another country, they will take it poorly and continue to resist your efforts. That is not our problem, Alexandra said with a smirk. You'll never get more than a few of the people to go along with you if you do that. Revolutionaries will continue to pop up and say you're wrong. Alexandra offered a hand wave of motion to dismiss this theory and idea. That is no problem for us. In fact, it will be a great use to us for when things are bad back home. A good place to put all the blame and send our troops in for their routine live combat training. The rest of the world will not go along with your plans. Do you want more trade restrictions put on your country? You think that has stopped me? It will have an effect on you? Nonsense. It merely made us seek ammo and supplies from our allies, all of whom, even though they are under some sort of embargo, keep getting your tech in their weapons, Alexandra offered with a big grin on his face. You cannot start another war, Alexandra. You don't have a comeback for that, so you go back to the beginning of our little discussion. Sure, but this isn't a discussion. This is me saying, no, this is a bad idea. It is a discussion. You may not like it or think of it that way, but I am telling you now how my government sees things. And I am, as a result, telling you that this is going about it all wrong, Russell declared. Oh, we should do it more like you, then. Get angry and claim that our fellow country has bad weapons and must be stopped. We did do that last time, and you got pissed off at us. Why bother with it this time? Because it is at least expected. Alexandra offers a smirk and another wave of his hand to brush this aside. We will make all the right comments at the appropriate time, as always, per our agreement. You will then hate these comments and say they are bad, and everyone will carry on. That is the way things are. Well, this time, sir, it is different. Oh, what is so different, my friend Russell? You're planning to attack one of our allies this time. Oh, yes, that. Nothing we can do about that, as people asked for our help. We must go help them if they ask for our help. In his confusion over this, Russell shakes his head, trying to get it to make sense to him. That would be fine for you to go help somebody if you didn't ignore the pleas and requests from your own allies in the first place. They were begging for help from an enemy, and all you did was shrug to them. So what has changed? Oh, it is no big deal. Our allies need to stand up for themselves and learn not to lean so much on our help. But the little ones who cannot defend themselves, they definitely need help. Isn't that the whole purpose of your treaty with them, though? To help allies in need? No. They will help us when we need help, not the other way around. It is very explicitly written that way. Russell stares at this Alexandra across the table, sitting back in his chair, smirking away. His last comment, such a great thing for him. And I'm guessing when things go wrong for you during your first war, since you no longer care about it, that you won't call on your allies to help, because they might not come. I will call, and they will come. That is in the treaty, there is no way around it. Why would they? Because, like all things, otherwise they would be next on our list of war targets. That is how this world works, right? Allies help you, if they don't, you turn on them. Simple, easy, not very complex. Do you operate on a different plane of existence? Does your country really think it can do whatever it wants and whatever it pleases? Why not? Yours does. At least try to sound like we have just reasonings for our decisions. You're just saying that you'll do whatever you want, Russell huffed. Yes, it is good to have any reason you can come up with, and we will come up with one at the appropriate time. Frustrated, Russell merely puts his hands to his face and rubs his temples, trying to get knots of frustration out of them. We're getting off point. You cannot start another war. Why not? You haven't even proved yourself capable of handling this first one. It's gone on and on, although you said it would be short and quick. Despite himself, Russell was getting more and more animated, trying to make his point and throwing his hands about. Peace was at risk, and if war was started, well, it would practically only be a matter of time before a world war broke out because people were dragged into it. You keep interfering with our plans. It is not my fault that this war has dragged on, Alexandra said. We have not messed with your plans, Alexandra. What do you call providing weapons, logistics, and training? You're providing that stuff in spades. Giving the other side a fair chance at survival is not really all that much of interference, I say. And you would be pissed off if we did the same, wouldn't you? Generally, you go against all that is right, so yeah, I'd say we'd probably be annoyed with you. No, you're the one who goes against all that is right. Russell sighs, pushes back his chair. Listen, we've made our point clear. Don't start another war when you can't finish the first one. And why should we listen to you, Mr. Russell? It's simple. We will continue to expose you and your country for what they are and help anyone you try and start a war with. Ah, so we're just like the old days then. That's what this all comes down to. The same old do as I say, well, we do what we want. This time there is no red telephone to stop things before they get worse, though. Oh no, there still is a telephone. You just refuse to pick up or have it on hook, so you can just say whatever you want. I would be surprised if you even still have it. Bullshit. More wars. That's what you and my country both want. More money, more war, more money, less people to deal with, and we all stay in power. Don't deny it. Russell, though, was standing up and storming his way towards the door. the conversation was going nowhere. The end of Debated War. Thank you for listening.